Today we're looking at something, well, pretty fundamental. Simple, everyday habits for a healthier life. Maybe even a longer one.
Yeah, and who isn't looking for ways to improve things without, turning their whole life upside down?
Exactly, those small tweaks that actually stick.
So for this, we're digging into a YouTube video called 5 Simple Habits to Live a Healthy Life.
Really solid advice.
Definitely. So our mission here is to pull out those key, actionable habits, the things you can actually start doing, like tomorrow.
Okay, let's jump in. First up, the video talks about how you start the day, specifically about 15 minutes of light movement. Think yoga, stretching.
Yeah, first thing in the morning. And the idea is it's not just shaking off sleep. It's actually getting your body going, your circulation.
Better blood flow, right?
Yeah.
After lying still all night.
Exactly. Delivering oxygen, nutrients. It sets you up for feeling, more alert and fresh all day. That's the claim.
It makes sense, like warming up the engine instead of just hitting the gas cold.
Mm-hmm.
But I can hear people thinking 15 minutes before coffee, no chance. The reality of the morning rush.
Totally get that. And the video actually suggests starting smaller, which is smart.
Like how small?
Even just 5 or 10 minutes. Maybe some stretches while the kettle boils, or like a really quick walk around the block.
Okay, so it doesn't have to be a full yoga session.
No, not at all. The key thing seems to be just doing something consistently.
Yeah.
Build the habit first, then maybe increase the time later if you want.
Right, make it achievable. Okay, habit number 2, shifts to breakfast. The video really pushes moving away from, say, sugary cereals or pastries.
Yeah, towards something like oatmeal.
Yeah.
With fruit, maybe some nuts.
So what's the science bit there? Why is that switch so important?
Well, it's about energy release. Oatmeal has loads of fiber, specifically soluble fiber, that gives you slow, steady energy.
So you avoid that mid-morning slump you get after a sugar rush.
Precisely. The fruit gives you vitamins and natural sugars. The nuts add healthy fats, protein. It's just a much more balanced fuel source to start your day.
Yeah.
Keeps you fuller longer, too.
Okay, that definitely makes you pause and think about what you grabbed this morning, doesn't it?
For sure. Are you setting yourself up for success or for that 10 a.m. crash?
Right. Okay, number 3, hydration. This one always comes up.
And for good reason. The suggestion is simple. Glass of water right when you wake up.
Before the coffee, even.
Ideally, yeah. And then keep a water bottle with you. Sip throughout the day.
And the benefits mentioned are better digestion, skin.
Yep. Clearer skin, improved digestion, potentially less fatigue. Water is just fundamental for, pretty much everything your body does. Every chemical reaction needs it.
Okay, but here's a specific fact they mentioned that caught my eye. Drinking water right after waking up. It can boost your metabolism by like 30% for the next hour. That sounds huge.
Yeah, it does sound impressive. The likely mechanism there is thermogenesis. Your body uses energy, calories basically, to warm that cool water up to body temperature.
Okay. So it's like a little internal furnace kickstart.
Sort of, yeah. Plus, being properly hydrated just helps all your cells work more efficiently, which includes your metabolism. So it's probably a mix of things.
Interesting. So it's not just about thirst. It's actively, firing things up.
You could put it that way. Kickstarting your system, maybe.
Okay. Habit 4 takes us to the end of the day. Sleep. The classic advice. 7 to 8 hours a night.
Consistent quality sleep.
Yeah.
And they really zero in on a modern problem. Late night phone scrolling.
Oh, yeah. The endless scroll. Guilty as charged sometimes.
We all are, probably. But that blue light from the screen really messes with melatonin. That's the hormone that tells your brain it's time to sleep.
Right. So your brain stays wired even when you're tired. What does the video suggest instead? Just willpower.
If only. No, it's more practical. Try putting the phone away, physically away, maybe 30 minutes before bed.
Create a buffer zone.
Exactly. And swap the screen time for something calmer. Reading an actual book, maybe listening to some soft music, light stretching. Mm-hmm. Anything that signals wind down time.
Makes sense. Train your brain, almost.
Pretty much. Okay, so the 5th and final habit is a bit different. It's about mindset. Cultivating gratitude.
Gratitude. Okay. How does that fit in with, physical health habits?
Well, the suggestion is practical. Each night, just jot down 3 things you're thankful for. Quick notes.
And some people might hear that and think, oh, that's nice, but how does writing stuff down make me healthier?
It's a fair question.
Yeah.
It feels less direct than drinking water, right? But the mind-body connection is really powerful. The video mentions lower stress, better mood.
So what's happening, chemically?
Well, research suggests focusing on positive things, on gratitude, can actually lower levels of cortisol. That's the stress hormone.
Okay.
And it might boost neurotransmitters like dopamine and serotonin, the feel-good chemicals.
Ah, so it's actually changing your brain chemistry in a positive way.
That's the idea. And they also linked it to potentially better sleep, which makes sense, right? If you go to bed less stressed and feeling more positive.
You're more likely to actually relax and fall asleep.
Okay.
And it doesn't have to be big stuff you're grateful for.
No, not at all. A good cup of coffee, sunshine, a nice chat with someone. Small, everyday things count. It's about training your brain to notice the good.
Shift your focus. And they mentioned a study, didn't they, from UC Davis?
Yeah, that doing this daily can actually improve mental health markers in just a few weeks. Pretty impactful for such a simple task.
Wow. Okay. They suggest just trying it for a week, see how it feels.
Exactly. And this ties directly into one of those helpful phrases the video highlights. Cultivate gratitude.
Ah, right. They had 5 key phrases. What were the others again?
Let's see. Boost immunity. You could link that to the better nutrition from the breakfast habit.
Okay, makes sense.
Break the cycle. That clearly relates to stopping the late-night phone scrolling and getting enough sleep. Build resilience. Maybe the gratitude practice helps here. Handling stress better.
Yeah, potentially. A more positive outlook.
And the last one was kickstart your day, which fits perfectly with the morning movement and that first glass of water.
So the phrases are like little anchors for the habits, mental reminders.
Exactly. Just concise ways to think about the benefits.
The video also had a couple of direct questions for the listener, for you listening now. First one was, which of these 5 habits feels like it would help you the most right now?
Yeah, it makes it personal. What resonates? What feels like the easiest win or the biggest need for you?
And the second question was about motivation. How do you stay motivated when you're trying to build a new habit? Because let's face it, it can be tough.
It really can. Set small, realistic goals.
Don't try to overhaul everything at once.
Exactly. Make it feel doable. Those small wins build momentum, make you less likely to just give up if you slip up once. It's about progress, not perfection.
That's key for sticking with anything long-term, isn't it?
Absolutely. Sustainability. And speaking of impact, American Heart Association, 2022, just 20 minutes of walking a day.
Yeah. What did it find?
Reduced risk of heart disease by 30%. 30? Just from 20 minutes of walking.
Wow. That really drives home the point, doesn't it? These aren't huge, drastic things.
Not at all. It's the consistency of small, manageable actions that adds up to significant health benefits.
Okay, so let's quickly recap those 5 habits we've unpacked from the video.
Right. We had, number 1, starting the day with some light movement, like stretching or yoga.
Number 2, upgrading your breakfast, maybe to oatmeal with fruit and nuts for sustained energy.
3, staying hydrated, that glass of water upon waking and sipping throughout the day.
4, prioritizing 7-8 hours of quality sleep, maybe by ditching the phone before bed.
And 5, cultivating gratitude, perhaps by noting down 3 good things each night.
Simple stuff, really, but when you put them together,
The potential impact on energy, mood, physical health, sleep, it all seems quite interconnected.